something about flying that physically disconnects us from everything else. Like, I'm so blessed to be doing this. It just never feels normal. There's a responsibility to making it happen. To endeavor to do something means that you're going to endeavor to do your best. My parents decided it would be a good idea to move us to New Zealand. I was there for, 6 months. My, then wife-to-be was still back here, so, I was like, I need to get back to South Africa. And I arrived with nothing. I had my little bag full of clothes, and I had my little bicycle, and I think I had a little computer at the time. Yeah, so I started waitering, and our church wanted to start a television production, and I was like, I'll do it. And yeah, so very quickly cut my teeth in media production, really having to do something out of pure necessity, not having the backup, not having the support, not having wealthy parents, being able to go study after school, so my journey has been that of necessity. So I kind of discovered myself, I guess, through this journey of doing photography, doing video. And then there was a need to be able to get aerial footage. And I thought, let's take a GoPro, stick it on a little RC helicopter. And I was like, this could be really cool. And that's when the first GoPro came out. And then, super rudimentary, jittery video, like barely unusable video. So then I was like, okay, we need to build a big octocopter. And there was only one, maybe two companies in the world building these, octocopters from scratch. So it gave us as a media production company that edge above other media production companies. And that's kind of how I got into the drone world, one necessity after another. And then, not having studied, not having, any knowledge or, direct idea of I want to be this when I grow up, I really fell in love with the engineering side, and I quickly discovered I have a natural knack for the engineering, imagining how components will bend and break. And so that, along with the business and the marketing, I was able to, take those 2 or 3 things and put them together quite well and package it as a business. So I thought, let's flip this whole thing and let's make them and sell them. Instead of, offer a service, let's start a manufacturing company. So we went from a media production company to a manufacturing company essentially overnight. So the product changed significantly, the clients changed, the price point changed. But isolated in Knysna really gave us an edge. But I think for what we have in Knysna and the lifestyle we live and what we've been able to do, I think we're very blessed, and we've been very fortunate being able to run the business and have staff who come from all over the country to work at ALTI, join the team and live in Knysna and enjoy the lifestyle. I think that's very important. And it's important to me that our entire team has that blend of work and lifestyle. But then obviously DJI came with a massive budget, massive backing. No one can compete against this big giant coming into the market and taking over. We had to pivot. We're either going to continue doing this and eventually run out of sales because everyone is doing it. So then I was like, okay, what's next? What do we do now? We have limited funds, limited resources, again in Knysna. And then I came up with an idea, let's build a vertical takeoff and land long-range aircraft. So the VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing principle or concept, isn't new. People have been doing unmanned aircraft. NASA has been doing VTOLs since the 40s and 50s and 60s. But a commercial grade camera flying VTOL that you could actually buy as a commercial client hadn't really been done before. It was kind of a natural progression for us to slap some wings on and develop a really high-end carbon composite long-range reconnaissance, security, surveillance, patrol, search and rescue, border patrol, that kind of thing. But yeah, so we developed this fixed wing. We planned a long-endurance test flight up at the hangar here next door. We'd get the aircraft airborne and we'd keep it in the air, and then after work the rest of the staff came up and we lit a little braai. So we had a whiteboard, people guessed endurance times. I think the longest was either 6 or 8 hours, I can't recall. And I was like, it's not going to do that. Like, it's a first prototype, you know. I was like, yeah, maybe we get 3 hours or 4 hours. And the bri kind of goes down. It's getting late, the thing is still airborne, and we kind of huddle around the last little coals that were still burning, freezing. But we flew for 10 hours and 45 minutes on our very first long endurance flight. And yeah, that kind of just confirmed we're heading in the right direction. We've got a solid product here. It is a very personal story because, yeah, I mean, when I came back from New Zealand, a big part of coming back was for my, you know, then wife to be. Yeah, after 16 years, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, building a business, building a team, and kind of being so head down in the work, you kind of lose track of things, you know, and life happened, shit hit the fan, and yeah, that ended. So 16 years of marriage was just, you know, gone like that. And then it all kind of falls apart, and it's like, you know, what was the point of any of this? Yeah, I did some stupid things on motorbikes late at night. You know, you hope you make a mistake on the bike and it's all over. And then yeah, I discovered flying. I've told the story very few times to close friends, but yeah, that yeah, flying saved my life. And I think people walk in the hangar here and they see the aircraft and like, you know, this is so unnecessary to have 5. Sorry.
No, if you want to take a moment, you're more than welcome. Thank you for opening up. But, you don't have to go there if you don't want to.
No, I'm an emotional football. And, you know, now Rachel, my fiance, you know, is kind of a new lease of life for me, like a second chance, and I don't feel I deserve it. It's quite a strange feeling being able to have someone like that. You know, if you really endeavor, take risks, don't be scared, life is super short, and yeah, things turn out how they should.